Back here live at Jackets & Company Campus Store. This is the 2017 Fall Sports Show, live from Montana State University Billings. We're kicking the show off with our Yellow Jacket women's soccer team. First up, we have Lili Delgadillo, a junior goalkeeper on the team. Lili, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, it's good to see you back on campus. We were talking in the intro with Jeff Rosenberry about it's been a few weeks now that the teams have been back. You guys were some of the first students to be back on campus. Take us through the preseason so far, what it's been like, the workouts. I know you guys are practicing twice a day regularly. What's that been like, and how's the team looking so far?
Team is looking great so far. We just had a game yesterday against Sheridan College, which we won 6-2, it was great to see our team scoring so many goals, considering that we spent most of the week doing defensive principles. So it's really good to see our team applying those principles that we worked on all through preseason, but we're still able to put shots on goal.
Yeah, talk about some of those defensive principles. It all starts in the back with you. You're the goalkeeper on this team, so you're sort of the commander of the defensive unit. They play right in front of you. You have such a close relationship with them. Talk about what the team's philosophy is defensively and how you see that play out on the field.
Our main team philosophy is that we defend as a team. It's never one individual. It's from the forwards to the defense. Everybody starts on defense. And so a lot of that is just making sure that we're communicating well with each other, making sure we have balance, and that we're covering for each other when we need to.
Now we're going to talk to one of those returning defenders here in a few minutes, Amanda Hemmen. Yourself, you're a returner. You're a junior, your third year in the program. So what's it like to have other returning starters? You know, you're a returning starter. You have Amanda and also Kaylin Sando and Courtney Shovlin. That's a nice, strong core of defenders. You guys have a good relationship there.
Yes, we do. It's really good to have returners in there because you know how they play. You know, like if we're playing the ball at the back, you know what their preferred foot is, where they like to have the ball placed in front of them. And it's really good to have those returners because you have that knowledge of how they defend, how they play, and it just makes the transition going in for especially some of the freshman defenders coming in a lot easier.
Now, you mentioned you guys have had a couple scrimmages so far, a couple chances to play against another team, but the real thing's coming up quickly. You play Rocky on Saturday. That's another exhibition, so it won't count on the schedule, but before you know it, you guys are going to be headed down to Nebraska for your first match of the regular season. What are your expectations for the year heading into those matches?
We have a pretty young team, so I expect that we've got a lot of new players coming in, a lot of new players that have come in. So expectations are that we're going to work together through this season, make sure that everyone is on the same page playing together, and really build up that foundation for the rest, for getting through the end of the season and also for the next few seasons.
As you know, the Great Northwest Athletic Conference, very competitive in women's soccer. Western Washington, the reigning national champion, that's one of your league opponents. And being in your third year in the program, you certainly understand that level. What are you looking forward to in terms of GNAC play, and what's it going to take in these exhibition games, or these non-conference games, I should say, to prepare you guys for that level?
What's going to prepare us most is having a high level of intensity with every game. We are looking at every single game we're playing, no matter if it's just an exhibition game or if it's a preseason game. These are GNAC games. We are working towards preparing to play GNAC, make it to the conference tournament, and to play against Western and SPU and those teams that made it past.
Another reason that you probably like competing in the GNAC, a little closer to home, you have a sister competing at one of the rival schools, Concordia. Now, Anna, right? She's a senior this year, right?
Yes,
and she's a defender. So, what's that like? You know, she's not shooting on you, trying to score necessarily, but what's it like when you get to play against her?
It's really intense because in all the other games that I'm watching with her playing, I'm always like, good job, like keep working, like I want her to do well, but then when we play each other, I'm like, no, don't do those things, like stop it, we're trying to win. So it's always been a really healthy competition. It's kind of just, it's good to know that she's back there and that we get to play against players that are good and that's close to home for me, and I really enjoy being able to play against each other. Talking with
Lili Delgadillo of the MSUB women's soccer team. Lili, off the field, you're also involved. You're a member of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee here at MSU Billings. Why don't you talk a little bit about that, your role there, kind of about what that committee does on campus and why you're excited to be part of that?
It's really nice because it's where all the athletes from all the different sports get together. I mean, all the athletics have so many different schedules and so many different things going on. It's kind of hard to keep up, but having those meetings lets us know, like, this is what all the other teams are doing. This is how we can kind of help them out with their community service or with their own fundraising ideas. So it's really a good place for the athletes to come together and say, how can we make this campus better, and how can we help athletics to serve MSU Billings better?
That's Lili Delgadillo, MSUB women's soccer. We're going to take a quick break. Stay with us. Next up, we'll have one of her fellow defenders who plays right in front of her, Amanda Hemman, coming up on the 2017 MSUB Fall Sports Show.